Do you see what's going on in the Ukraine? Do you see what's going on in and around the world? Do you see how degraded a people can become because of some leaders, some leadership which seeks power and reign and dominion over a people? Do you see? This morning I want to use as a subject, now the world sees. Now the world sees. Television, CNN, all over the world, people are watching. People are seeing for themselves a people being destroyed because of leadership in high places seeking reign and dominion. You know, when Jesus healed the blind man, when they tried to question that man and seek to destroy Jesus, the man had but one thing to say. All I know is whereas I was blind, I now can see. The world is awakening, and the world is seeing for themselves what is going on. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to get it figured out. You don't have to be a well-trained theologian or a well-trained historian to understand what's going on in and around the world. People in high places are still seeking to keep people in low places in those places and destroy those people if necessary for power. We've witnessed this in America. Years, African Americans have witnessed it. Jews have witnessed it. People have witnessed it, and history has recorded it and is recording it right now. But the people of God all over the world are awakening. Now the world sees, and now the world knows. And now the world must come together. Oh, we've come a mighty long way in America, and we've come a long way around the world. But yet we have a way to go. Now we are witnessing what happened January last year in America. In America. We witnessed it. Yesterday, a bombing of a hospital where children are dying, where adults and pregnant women are dying of bombs. We're witnessing it. And the world is watching. Now the world sees, and now the world knows. Leaders senselessly destroying people for power. Now the world sees, and now the world must act. Oh, they're doing some good things. They pulled out McDonald's. They pulled out MasterCard. They pulled out some of the banks to try and stop this from going any further. But we need to continue to stop this, not only in the Ukraine. We need to stop this in America. We need to come together, all of these agencies, all of these politicians who say they're coming to bring us together, and they're separating us so that we have a separate America. America was founded on united we stand, divided we fall, And if America falls, it's because of our inability to come together. They want us to be divided for race, while those who oversee in high places continue to live above the maddening crowd. They want us to be separate. They want us to fight in America. They want us to be separate. But we've got to come together. And you know what? If we don't come together, God's going to bring us together. When the bridges start falling and people all over the world start calling to one another for some help, not to politicians, but to God and their fellow brothers and sisters. We're in some awesome times. Now the world is seeing. Now the world is awakening. Now the world is coming to the understanding and knowledge that we must come together. A world aligned at keeping empowerment for the people. A world aligned at calling on God together. A world aligned at holding hands. You see, when men and women call on God, when they lift up their brothers and sisters, we become God in action. And it's so important, my brothers and sisters, that as we awake, we learn to act. How do we act? We start lifting one another. We start putting down the guns. We start standing together. We start marching together. We start fighting together. We start lifting one another up. People all over the world are watching what's going on in Ukraine. They've got a message for Russia. They've got a message for those dictatorships around the world. That the people will stand. That the people will fight. And even though they may slay us, we shall continue to march forward. We shall continue to fight. And we shall continue to overcome. Look what African Americans have been through. And still are going through, but we've come a mighty long way, my brothers and sisters. Yes, we have a ways to go. But we have kept the victory in sight. And because of that, we have continued to matriculate in America and around the world. The Jews had a long fight, but they continued to march, they continued to stand, they continued to fight. People of all races around the world, African Americans, Asian, Indian, no matter what your race, it is time for us to come together, not as races, but as the human race. And when we do that, my brothers and sisters, we will overcome those dictatorships in and around the world. Because we will be God in action. Continue to watch. Continue to see. And you shall see God intervene in and through his people around the world. Keep watching. But also keep standing. Keep standing up for truth. Keep standing up. I want you to remember something, my brothers and sisters. As the world sees, the world gains vision. Vision gives knowledge. Knowledge gives understanding. Understanding gives sight. Sight to overcome. Sight to see the enemy far away and to be prepared for that enemy. God gives us vision. The word of God says, my people perish for lack of knowledge. Now the world sees and has gained that knowledge of what we've seen. And now we must act. We must act to overcome. And when we act to overcome, we become God in action. As we keep watching, as we keep seeing, And as we keep acting, remember, we shall keep overcoming. We ask that you support this ministry. How? Go to Amazon.com. You can purchase my books and my CDs on Amazon.com. You can send us love offerings to this ministry to help us continue in the fight, in the struggle, in the spreading the good news of Yahshua, Jesus Christ. We will be ever so grateful, and we will always continue to pray and act for the world. From God in action. Until next time, keep the victory in sight.